What's up, everybody? My name's Jan. So today we're going to be jumping into a Gruul Aggro deck that Crokeyz built, and he said he had a 9-hour play session and only lost 2 games. 9 hours! That is absolutely insane. So we're going to be playing this deck in Ranked today, trying to climb the rest of the way through Platinum and on into Diamond. And I gotta say, this deck feels very strong. It has a lot of options, and it deals a lot of damage very quick. Not to mention the fact that it's using 2 of the most busted cards in the format currently, Embercleave and Great Hinge. These cards are very strong, they give you tons of gas, and allow you to really finish out the game, whether it be sooner or later. So diving on into the deck, we have 1 copy of Spikefield, helps deal with Lotus Cobras or other Edgewalls or really anything that's 1 health. Edgewall Innkeeper are going to allow us to draw off our adventures. We all know it. We all love it. Stonecool Serpent. I believe there was 4 copies initially in the deck of Stonecool. Again, I only have 2 copies. 4 copies if you got it, 2 copies if you don't, or whatever, you know, you got. Anyways, pay X mana. It gets X +1/+1 counters. The best benefit here is mutating your Gemrazer down onto it, because then however many counters this has will also go into the Gemrazer, and now you have, you know, a big old 7/7 with trample and all that kind of crazy shit. Primal Might, for the most part, you're going to be using this not only as removal, but as removal into the final swing of the game, right? A lot of times, you'll be saving this up and, you know, Xing it for 5 or 6, smashing your opponent's creatures, and then smashing in with your big 11/11 or whatever, you know, whatever your board state may contain. Rimrock Knight helps proc the Edgewall as well as give you a little bit extra damage, which when you're dealing with Embercleave for 1 extra mana, 2 extra attack, essentially turns into 4 extra attack, and that's really, really good. Not to mention the fact that it's a 2 mana 3/1, so it's a Blade, and those are always solid if you're going for an aggro. Scavenging Ooze is going to help you exile your opponent or your own graveyard if you're up against rogues. It's a very versatile card that's honestly gonna be probably banging in standard until it rotates out, let's be real. So very good card. If you don't have it and you're on the edge about it, you got a whole year. I mean, it's definitely worth the pickup. It's definitely worth it. Shattered Skull Smashing, the mythic rare, or the mythic flippy floppy land, honestly very good removal. If you got it, definitely play it, but again, you don't want to play too many copies. 1 copy seems to do fine so far. Bonecrusher Giant, we all know it's a 4/3 that can deal 2 damage and cost you 2 life if you target it. Lovestruck Beast comes down as a 1/1 human creature token for that 1 mana, and then the actual card comes down as a 5/5 for 3 mana, which is really hard value to beat. And not to mention the fact that you can go Lovestruck Beast turn 3, Great Hinge turn 4. Speaking of Great Hinge on turn 4, you can also go Kazandu Mammoth on turn 3, play a land down. Now Kazandu's up to that same 5 power that Lovestruck is at, and your Great Hinge can again come down on turn 4. Also, if you have Stonecool and you manage to put it out on turn 1, 2, you know, any of those, and then you Gemrazer it, again, Great Hinge turn 4. So a lot of this deck is based off getting that Great Hinge down very early, and then whenever you do cast your creatures, you're drawing more creatures, you're gaining more life, they're getting bigger and bigger, and so on and so forth. Not to mention the fact that it also ramps you the 2 extra mana. Gemrazer are going to help you control your your opponent's artifacts and enchantments, which nowadays in the game is very apparent. You know, we have 2 copies of Stonecool, we have 3 copies of Great Hinge, 3 copies of Embercleave. That's already 8 targets for our opponent. You know, that's not bad if they have a Gemrazer. So Gemrazer are really good, not to mention the fact that it gives trample to whatever it lands on. You know, again, if you add it to the Ooze, all the additional counters the Ooze has, similarly to Stonecool, are going to go onto the Gemrazer. Vivian Monster's Advocate helps keep you gassed up in this deck. I gotta say, being able to look at the top card of your library and just play creatures off the rip is really good, especially when you have a Great Hinge in the deck or an Embercleave to, you know, attach it to a creature and swing in. The 3/3 Beast is really nice. Being able to give it reach really helps against the rogue decks, as a lot of the times it's Soaring Thought Thief that we get destroyed by, or a Rankle, and both of those 2 only have 3 toughness. So these beasts are actually crafted perfectly for those kind of matchups, right? And then of course we have the 3 copies of Embercleave, 3 copies of Great Hinge, and 3 copies of Turn Timber Symbiosis, which I was a little surprised at, but honestly it seems to work fine in this deck because you're getting Great Hinge down on turn 4 so consistently. Come around turn 5, you play 1 mana, and now you're at 7 mana for the Turn Timber, which you know, there's oftentimes scenarios, I won't say all the time, but often, where you're to that turn 5, you've already played all your creatures out of hand, now you just sort of have a Primal Might that you don't really want to play yet, maybe a Shatter Skull that you don't have anything to remove yet, and so you need to dive into your deck, not to mention the fact that it's going to give 3+1/+1 counters, if it lands, you know, an Ooze or a Stone Cool, or maybe not a Stone Cool, maybe you don't want to do a Stone Cool, but you get the point, right? And we are going to be playing this deck in best of 3 today, so we do have a sideboard. The sideboard is very, very self-explanatory though, right? You're up against a red deck, use red cap melee. You're up against flyers, Chainweb Arachneer. You have your opponents using, you know, Lucky Clovers, remember to Shieldbreaker. This also takes out Grey Hinge, this also takes out Embercleave, so keep that in mind. An extra copy of Ooze just in case. Mazebond is for those slower control games where you're losing your creatures constantly. This gives you another source of card draw and life gain. Garruk's Harbinger, you're up against a black removal heavy deck. Boom. Clothius is so good in those mid-range mirror matchups, or even in the control matchups, right? Not a ton of people have exile enchantment ability, right? And that's essentially what it takes to remove these gods. And Clothius, however you want to say it, can deal 2 damage every single turn, heal you 2 life every single turn, or ramp you. And all of those abilities go beautifully in this deck. Not to mention the fact that it's a 4/5 indestructible. It's really hard to deal with. Obviously, you don't really want to be playing this against your opponent if they have Brazen Borrowers, but outside of that, it's a very, very strong card. And then, of course, Occam Adversary. This is if you're playing in a mono green matchup or mirror match even. This card's so good, gets its cost reduced down to 2 mana, and then for 2 mana you get a 2/3 with Death Touch that every time it deals combat damage, you get to draw a card. Not to mention the fact that it's a non-human, so you can mutate your Gemrazer down onto it. So, all in all, very strong, solid deck, and you know, you'll see it in the matches we play here today. It's definitely got what it takes to climb you into Mythic. And again, like I said, Crokeyz took this deck 9-hour run, lost only 2 matches, took him all the way to Mythic #1. This deck is smacking, and honestly, it's composed of a lot of cards that you should probably already have, right? Because a lot of them are sorted from older sets and then splashed in with some of the newer ones. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching the Deck Tech Breakdown. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section if you have any answers for the daily questions or any suggestions about the video or any of that good jazz. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want more content. That's the best way to get it. It's also the best way to support the channel for free. Now, if you're looking to support the channel for a monetary means, you can join up on our YouTube channel memberships. I recommend it as it is the best, cheapest way, and you get extra content. You get the drafts that we're doing currently, and I plan on bringing more content. We'll have to see, you know, as far as scheduling. Y'all know I work another job, and so sometimes life gets hectic. I do also recommend you hop down in the description and join our Discord. It is a very awesome community full of lively folks that are, you know, constantly submitting decks or talking or whatever, this, that, and the other. Thanks everybody once again, and I will see you in the matches. Be sure you watch all the way through so you can get the most out of the deck, the most out of the video, and fully be prepared whenever you go to play this deck yourself in ranked, right? Without further ado, let's hop right to the Magic. Anyways, Magic Mountain, and we get to play first with Gruul Aggro. That is beautiful. Potentially, if you know I get my cards. I mean, the Ooze is great, but only 2 mana isn't. Gemrazer onto the Ooze is great. If it's Rogues, though, we could be fucked if we don't hit that. We'll keep it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, mono green maybe? It's either mono green, Omnath, or a mirror. We'll just have to wait and see. Do have the Primal Might, so that's nice. Hopefully we can find some land soon. It's looking very mono greenish. Very, very mono greenish. It's not what we wanted. Alright, well, let's swing in, get the damage. We could Primal Might the 1/1, but I think I'd rather just get the damage, save Primal Might for later. Yeah, looking for some land. Maybe keeping a 2-land hand wasn't the best idea. But y'all know how much I hate to mulligan. I guess that's something I gotta get over, right? Anyways, Magic Mountain, what do you got for me? What's in store? You just gonna throw down your Lovestruck Beast or what? Indeedly so. Alright, again, we're looking for some mana here. A Lovestruck Beast of our own. Well, that's not mana, but what we can do is play the 1/1. And we can Scavenging Ooze, they're a 1/1. Prevent that damage from the Lovestruck Beast ever happening, right? No attacks, and we'll be good. Seriously though, stuck on 2 lands is a rough spot to be when your opponent's just continuously playing their own. I mean, I guess if they do, excuse me, if they do hit a Great Henge though, we'll be ready as soon as we hit a land, right? Yorvo's a little scary. Let's see what they follow it up with. If I could get down my own Lovestruck Beast, I would definitely be feeling a little bit better about things. Nothing to follow the Yorvo. Oh, that's fantastic. We got some mana, and not just any mana, we got some red mana. I think I do just jam down Lovestruck. It deals with Yorvo for the time being. Also, it doesn't reveal anything else out of my hand. And Gemrazer trades out 1-for-1 on Yorvo, and we'd either have to hard cast it, which we can't do at 3 mana, or we'd have to put it on Ooze, in which case we're essentially losing 2 cards for 3 mana, and I don't think that that's worth it, so. If we go for the trade, that is. Anyways, if we can hit another red mana, we can swing in and throw down the Embercleave. That would be really, really good for us. Lovestruck Beast with Embercleave. They'd probably block Ooze with Yorvo and then Lovestruck to Lovestruck, right? So we'd lose the Ooze, but still deal 5 to face. There's the Henge. Never mind, we're probably just going to go for the cheeky little Gemrazer, blow up the Henge. Now, I do expect something to follow. Show me what you got. Magic Mountain. Show me the money. Or not. You know, if you don't show me anything, I won't be upset. If you just don't have any 3 mana things to play, I will be rather happy. What you checking out in my sideboard, huh? Alright. Timeout used, Magic. Time is a ticking. Wow, yeah, they just can't figure it out, can they? That's alright, I get in those little bonds as well. I think it was yesterday, I thought I had a timeout, and I let the timer run out because I was sitting there thinking, and then boom, turn passed. Kind of like what they just did. Kind of exactly like that. So we're going to mutate you down onto the Scavenging Ooze, and then we'll blow up the Henge. Definitely want to go over with the Gemrazer. And goodbye. I don't think we swing in. Yeah, I don't think so. There's an argument to be made for swinging in because their Yorvo will continuously gain at a certain point, right, when they start playing more green creatures. However, our Gemrazer and Lovestruck Beast will remain the same. So us swinging in and trading out at this current time is better than in the future. But at the same time, if we can hit some red mana, not trading out gives us the Embercleave on some really big creatures, which could also deal with Yorvo or Lovestruck or whatever, you know. Primal Might. Oh. It happens. It does happen. They made sure to keep 4 mana. That could be a Questing Beast, and that's honestly scary as hell. No Questing Beast. I'm a happy boy. Happy, happy, happy. Now, I could go for the 3/3 Stonecool. Come next turn, put Gemrazer onto it. That'll give us a 7/7. I think that's what I want to do. I don't think I want to swing him with Lovestruck. Alright. Oh, no. They basically did what we were going to do, but bigger. And they destroyed our... Oh, yikes. Alright, so we have an 8/8 to deal with. And we're on 3 mana. That's probably the biggest problem here. Oh, man. If they have more removal... They have more removal. Yikes. Alright, so this is probably over. I mean, there's no point in blocking that. Yeah. Our best bet there is to get down Bonecrusher, but even still, they got it. So we'll go to the sideboard. See what we need. Alright, it's mono green. Mono green, mono green, mono green. So we want all the Okames for sure. I don't know that we'll need Rim Rocks. I think they kind of pair up bad against mono green because they have the 5/5, the 4/4, the Yervo is the 4/4. So I think Rim Rocks kind of shitty here. Bonecrusher deals damage in increments of 2, which is fine for Ooze if it first came out. But again, after that, it's... I mean, 3 mana for a 4/3 body isn't bad, but I don't know that we want a ton. What else? What else? What else? We do have the Gemrazer deal with their Great Hinge. Do we want some Shield Breakers to add to that? It's a 2/1 is the problem. Bonecrusher at least does line up well in the block. I don't think we need the Clothius or the Mazemon. Is there anything else that just doesn't line up well? I think the Embercleave is good. The Embercleave gives us an explosiveness that they just simply don't have. This will be fine, I think. I think our biggest problem is the Yervo Gemrazer. Alright, we get to play first. I mean, we have good lands. It's just they're tapped. We'll keep it. I like the Okame. And this is game 2, so we're not hiding what colors we are or anything. They know what we are. Swarm Shambler. That might be worth just Bonecrushering, but that does still give them the insect right back, right? Whereas if I go for the Okame, they both can't swing in. Even if they do invest the 1 mana into Swarm Shambler, we can still destroy the Bonecrusher. I like it. And this means on the next turn we could, if we draw into more land, untapped land that is, we could get down Edgewall plus use Bonecrusher. So we'll just have to see 2 Swarm Shamblers. Now I'm kind of... Yeah, bro? Is that how you're feeling today? You just... That's a rough one. That is a rough one. Alright, so if I throw Edgewall down here, come next turn I can play, you know, Bonecrusher, Lovestruck, whatever, and draw a card. However, it gives them a turn to boost up their Swarm Shamblers. We'll go ahead and remove the Swarm Shamblers with Bonecrusher now. Can't get down Edgewall. Next turn we could play Bonecrusher though. We won't get the card draw off of it. Tell you what we should do. We should swing into attack. Another Fabled. Okay, so it doesn't give us untap this turn, but it will give us an untap next turn. This also means we have double green and double red mana available, so that's good. We might should just focus on getting down our Embercleave and finishing them quick, right? So on our next turn, we might just go Edgewall into the Lovestruck even. This is almost terrible value for us. Because they get 3 1/1s out of the 1/1/1. And a note came of their own. Alright. It doesn't really matter what we add here because we're going to be adding the other one here. Ooze. We can get rid of their Shambler over there. Alright, so again, I could go for the Edgewall, just play down Bonecrusher. I think that's what I'm going to do. I believe that is what I'll do. Gives me card draw, gives me a body to block with. Primal Might's good. We don't want to swing in with our Okame. Alright. On this next turn, we can swing in with Bonecrusher and Okame and have Embercleave come down. Is that what we want? Death Touch with First Strike is insanely good. Following that, we could Primal Might it. Alright, they just played down a stone. Cool. That means they've got to have a Gemrazer, right? So if they have a Gemrazer, I actually don't want to Embercleave because then they'll just immediately destroy it. Yikes. Alright. Well, we do have another Okame, which is just good mana efficiency. We could also just play the 1/1, play Lovestruck. If they go for the Gemrazer onto the Stone Cool, I can fight it out next turn with Primal Might. That does also give me card draw. Now, we could fight out the Stone Cool here, but one, it'll proc the Swarm Shambler, so there's not a super need there. Two, if we wait until after they cast their Gemrazer down onto it, yes, they may get the swing in, but we'll get 2 cards when we destroy it. 2 cards value. And if we take out Stone Cool, they can just mutate it onto something else, like an Okame, right? Or a Swarm Shambler. So we want them to mutate it. So when we remove it, like I said, we get 2 for the price of 1. 2 cards gone for our 1 Primal Might. Now, I do like the fact that we have two more Okames in hand. Those should help keep us pretty gassed throughout the match. Another Stone Cool. Alright. They might be holding out because they might think, well, he did grab double red. Could easily be an Embercleave. And you're right. You wouldn't be wrong. Alright. Well, I don't really want to commit the Embercleave. We can Gemrazer and take out their Stone Cool Serpents, which doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. So let's do... Let's do that. And get down another Okame, I think. Now, do I want to be pushing in with my other bodies? Yes, they can block with Okame, but aside from that, they don't have good blocks. I mean, they do have the Stone Cool and then 2 of the 1/1. So they could do Okame, 2 of the 1/1s, the Stone Cool, and still have 1, 2, 3 creatures left. Primal Might, 2 creatures. I think we got to push our advantage, push our strong board. Now, even if we do lose some creatures with Embercleave, we still have the Okame that'll be able to attack next turn. The 1/1 if we really need it to help make the Embercleave cheaper, right? Alright, Magic Mountain. Show me what you got. Alright. Alright. Then let us card draw with the Gemrazer. Okay. Alright. Well, we're getting even more than I was hoping for, so that's fun. Still dealt damage too, so we still get the card draw. Oh, that was brutal for them, not for us. Now, Primal Might for 1, 2 on here. 4 is not big enough. All right, but we do still have the Embercleave, which we can make cost. Ooh, what are you doing here? What are you planning on doing here? I mean, I get save the 1 mana. You can exile something with Ooze, you know, buff it up to a 3/3. But what? Ah, okay. All right. I see now. I see clearly now that the rain is gone. All right. Well, they're out of mana. This is easy peasy lemon squeezy. What we should do. I know Embercleave, yada yada, blah blah blah. Let's get in with the damage. Highly doubt they block. Oh man, if they block, they're in such a bad shape. Alright. They're probably still in a bad shape, right? Do I Primal Might destroy their Swarm Shambler? I think so. Or do I just get down a Bonecrusher? Let's just go for the Bonecrusher. Actually I think Kazandu would have been better there. Fuck. Because if we hit a land, then Kazandu will make Great Hinge cost even less than Bonecrusher does, right? It'll make it cost 1 less, which would have left us with 3 mana, which means we could have cast Bonecrusher on the next turn. Whereas this way, Great Hinge costs 5, we throw it down, we only have 2 mana left over. Sure, we can still get down to Okame, but you know, it's not the same value proposition. Never mind Magic Mountain, they're conceding it out. They see the control we have. Alright, so seeing how many freaking Swarm Shamblers they had made me a little scared, not gonna lie. But I don't know that we waver from what we have here. I think we still have solid plan, right? By the way, I will say, anytime a best of 3 game goes to 3 games, I get super stressed. I would much rather win game 1, turn around, win game 2, donezo. They get to go first here. I actually really like this hand. Minus the Vivian. If I could have 1 more land instead of the Vivian, I think. But we'll see. You never know. Swarm Shambler. Swarm Shambler. You swarm that shamble. Now we actually can't let them untap, right? Because we have to hit them with the spike field. Hopefully we can draw into some untap. Using our land as a destruction spell there. Bit risky. We saw what we did whenever we kept a 2-land hand before. That's how they beat us. But I think getting rid of Swarm Shambler is ultimately good. And we learned from last game, if they had multiple Swarm Shamblers, we definitely want to remove it before they get down the rest. Well, it's a little bit of a yikes moment. Little bit of a yikes for sure. I could put down a 1/1 Stone Cool. I mean, if I hit a land, it does allow me to Gemrazer destroy their Stone Cool. Sorry. But if they have a Gemrazer, then they get my Stone Cool wiped for free. If they Gemrazer onto the Stone Cool, it will be a 6/6, which will be bigger than anything I could really throw down. I could throw down an Oakham, which would be able to deal with it. But if they have something like a ram through, I'm still kind of fucked. I say we play it. I say we play it. If they have a Gemrazer, it's bad. If they have anything except for a Gemrazer, it's probably more beneficial. Because it means we could get down to 5/5 and remove their 2/2 come next turn. If we draw a land. If not, we'll probably just play Oakham. Oakham Adversary. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Well, hopefully we won't have that kind of luck all day. I thought forcing them to have the Gemrazer would be the better idea, but obviously not. Well, this is another 2-land Andy hand. Good golly. Fucking love it. Now everyone's in the comments gonna be like, well, duh, Chance, you shouldn't have used your only other land as attack. But of course, in the same situation, it's hard to have that hindsight, right? Hard to say that Magic won't let you draw any lands. We'll do the best we can, though. Maybe they won't swing it with Gemrazer here. You know, who knows? Who knows? Obviously, it's beneficial for them to swing with Gemrazer, continuously get down creatures. But hey, if you don't wanna, I'm not gonna complain. We can't afford the 3 life. We can't. I would love to, but we can't. We actually can't, so. I think this is a perfect little spot for the Ooze, which can end up gaining us life, at least 1 off of our own Stone Cool in the graveyard. We're in a tight bind here. We need to find some more green mana. We need to find more mana in general, but preferably green. Getting down that Lovestruck on the next turn is probably our best course of action, but it's still not super fantastic. We're going to need a mighty big comeback here, if you're asking me personally. Whatever you do, don't swing in. You don't want to do that. Now, do I want to block it? I guess it's a question. No. I think we can take 4. I think I'd rather save Oakham. Although they do have trample on both creatures, so it's like, at a certain point, we're just kind of fucked. Of course, if we hit green mana here, oh, you would be Turn Timber. You would be Turn Timber. I was gonna say we could play Gemrazer onto like the Oakham or some shit and destroy their Stone Cool. But it also puts us down to 5 life if I do that. So I know we're thinking and I'm not just trolling them. If I put down the 5/5 body, it does block out the 4/4. If they have something like a Primal Might though, I'll regret not destroying Gemrazer. But if they have a Primal Might, I think they have enough to just destroy me regardless, right? If I put that down, Primal Might, They kill that, and they have... Oh man, don't make me regret this turn, Timber. Don't make me regret this. So we're actually going to put it onto the ooze because Okame already has 3 points of health. So this is the biggest gap we can fill is by adding these 2 points here. So we'll do this. A certain point could be made for taking out the Great Henge, but we're so low on health we can't. I really do wish I could destroy the Great Henge, but like, you know, shitty situations call for shitty decisions, right? We only have 5 life. They had 10 points of trample damage. We had 8 points of defense. It's just, it's hard for me to value that as okay, right? Of course, now they get card draw off of every creature, which means maybe we should have destroyed Great Henge. That forces them to have the Primal Might, or they just start top decking, right? Whereas this way, they could have any creature, and they get to, you know, keep doing their stuff, gaining life, drawing cards, adding counters. I think I made a misplay. I think I made a misplay. That's alright. Happens to the best of us. So the best scenario now of what could happen is for us to draw into another Gemrazer immediately and destroy that Great Henge. We can mutate it down into the Stone Cool. It'd be a 5/5. Not saying it would be fantastic, given they have a 6/6, a 6/6, a 4/4, which will next turn be a 5/5. Oh, we might just be up the creek without a paddle, ladies and gents. This is our only option. It's not like we have many things we can do. Try to equal their board, right? Try to equal their board until we can stabilize, but not gonna lie, their Great Henge is crushing it. Just crushing it. How do we come back in this? Because even if we draw a Great Henge, takes all of our mana, and we're only left with 2 after that. 2 does give us the 2 life from Great Henge, and then the 2 life that we could get from the Gemrazer slash Ooze exiling, right? So that'd be 4 life. So it'd kick us back up to 9. I don't know. They just have big enough creatures now to where they can, yeah, they can start pushing. And there's not much we can do to push back. What is the best push? I'm thinking Okame to Lovestruck. Our Lovestruck plus the 1/1 to their 6/6. Oh man, that's so rough. And then they're still left with a 6/6 and a 2/2. But the 6/6 is going down to a 4/4 come our turn. Oh, and they're left with the 5/5 too. Fuck. Alright, well, this is the best block. Alright, how do we deal with this? Primal. Well, Primal is like, it's gotta be the most key. But even if we... Oh, fuck. Even if we go to target a creature with a counter on it, they get another 1/1 back, which wouldn't normally be that bad. But when you're at 5 life, it's... it all adds up. Alright, so we absolutely need to take out Kazandu Mammoth. And should we just get down Lovestruck and then Primal Might Lovestruck into Kazandu? Then we have a 4/4/5/5. We can block there. I'm thinking, would you shut up? 1, that blocks. God, I think we still lose. I think they're right. I think it is the GG. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5. Nope, not quite yet, unless they have removal. If they have removal, it's a GG. We're hanging on. We're hanging on by the skin of our teeth. So here we would block Nessian and then block Swarm. It's not over yet. Magic Mountain, don't think you've bested me quite yet. You know, I've never understood why not play the 1/1 there. Is it because you just don't want to waste the 1 mana? But you have so much mana. And why did you not use Castle Garenbrig if you were going to sink it into creatures? Who knows? Who knows? So we do have to double block this because I can't just chum. No. If we're gonna be losing one, we might as well be killing one, right? Hey, there we go. Do your jobs. Block them up. If they have a ram through, well, hell, if they have the ram through, it'd be GG. So what now? What now in this interesting? Oh my god, interesting situation. Kazandu Mammoth. Alright, that's GG. I tried. We held on for so long. Toby Shunde? Toby? I don't know. Hey, we get to play first. Hey, that's no lands. That's 0 red mana. And 2 tap sources. If I go down to 5 though, like what are we actually fucking doing? Alright. You know, the thing with ranked is, oh, sometimes you go for, oh, come on, Rimrock. Don't be like that. We're facing off against mono red and you want to come into the freaking fracking main board. Scavenging Ooze is about to get Bonecrusher. I'm like 75%. No, it's a Kargan. It's a Kargan. Holy freaking fracking balls, man. Playing down Kazandu isn't bad, but I think we need to minimalize their damage. So I think Primal Might for 2 onto the Ooze, take out Kargan is the best. We don't get to attack after that though. If I just put down Kazandu, nah, we gotta do this. Boop. Again, we can't swing in because they have the Fervent and has first strike, but whatever. Still got rid of the Kargan, and now we have a creature to exile, life to gain, and counters to add. Bonecrusher? Thundering Rebuke. Wow, seems a little overkill. You should just chill out there. Just chill. Chill a little bit. I am going to play Kazandu down as a creature because we need a body on the board. We can't just be walking around bodiless, right? And X. Not to mention the fact if we do hit a land, hey, Now we can Great Hinge. Isn't that great? It is. It's a great hinge. Alright, we gotta swing in, I think. Yes, Annex, Embercleave is always scary, but that would require them to have 1 land plus Embercleave exactly. And all we'd have to defend is a 3/3, which would get decimated by Annex. So, smash them. Let's smash them, let's bash them, thrash them, throw them on the ground. If they play a land and then all swing in, we know what they have. Well, we will be able to get Vivian down. We can also get Rimrock, I suppose. Alright, it was just Bonecrusher. So they'll deal 5, we'll heal 2. It'll be great. So essentially they just deal 3. Bonecrusher. I would really like to remove their Annex, but I don't know of a scenario or a situation in which I could do that. We're at 6 mana total. You cost 2, you cost 3, that's 5. That costs 2. Removing Fervent to get another 1/1 back for them might not even be worth the 2 mana off the Bonecrusher, plus it takes away our red mana source, which we would need. I think we just get down Bonecrusher. I think we just hard cast it. No. Scavenging Ooze. Alright, cool. Save the 1 mana, maybe? Yeah, for sure. Save the 1 mana, exile some, gain some life. We can swing in here, I think. Should I, though? I mean, yeah. If I trade out their 4/3 for 2 1/1s for my Kazandu, I think that's worth. And if not, then we're just getting in, 3 points of damage. And I think we'll survive Embercleave at this point, We're big enough. It would hurt, sure. When doesn't an Embercleave hurt? You know what I mean? That shit always feels like a good old cheek clapping. Alright, so they can actually still have Embercleave here. In which case, if they do, it goes on Annex. Buffs him to 7, 8. 8 damage, 8 double strike damage. That's scary. Which means we couldn't even like ooze Bonecrusher double block him. Right? If we just Bonecrusher block him, we're still taking 12 points of damage just off that. I can ooze block into other Bonecrusher. Alright, pass. So they definitely have Embercleave here. We'll have to hope for a Gemrazer. We'll have to try and look for one. Alright, Annex up to an 8. Yep. And then... Yep. Alright, it's not ideal, but best case, probably. Should we have kept Kazandu bad? Yeah, most definitely. Most certainly. Now, is there any way for us to find the Gemrazer? No, I don't think so. Vivian does give us better look, but we wouldn't be able to cast it after we did that. So I think, yeah, we just gotta try to draw into it. Edgewall. Come on, game. Fuck. Alright. I mean, we have to put this down just because it makes good sense. Nope. And... Nope. Fuck. Alright, well, we need all bodies back, so... Alright. Because when don't you have the Torbrand right after the Annex? So... That's still us taking lethal. Hell, that's still us taking lethal. Damn it. We also went first, FYI, by the way. They just hit it perfect. Yeah. Annex, Torbrand, Embercleave. They got a 10-4 with double strike that actually deals 12 damage. It's insane. Okay. Yeah. What a fun one. What a fun one. Alright, well, you come in. You actually do come in. You come in. You come in. And I think Mazemon, well, Mazemon isn't terrible, honestly. Spikefield's fine. Edgewall might be a little weak, honestly. Rimrock can't block, which is why I'm thinking about getting rid of it. We're more so concerned with surviving than with Embercleaving, I think. Part of me wants to put in Mazemon, because again, if we can get it down on turn 2, well, it's still going to take 4 turns, which would be by turn 6 we gain 4 life. That might just be too slow. Yeah, I think that's more for the slower matchups. I don't know in aggro that it would actually end up benefiting us. Alright. Let's try it out. We added in a bunch of life gain and took out some Embercleaves because again, we don't really need those. Play first. Thought they got to play first, but that's fine. I'll take it. It's a pretty good hand. Turn 1 Edgewall, turn 2 maybe Ooze. We need to save the Shield Breaker for their Embercleave. Unfortunately, this is sorcery speed. Do we have any instant speed artifact removal? I don't think so. Fireblade Charger is annoying. As soon as that thing dies, our Edgewall is donezo. Alright. Still have the red cap. Kargan. Is Kargan worth the red cap? Probably not. Primal Might. Primal Might's good. Alright. Alright. Yeah, give it to me. Free. Maybe they just wanted to be on the play, right? They're like, fuck it, I don't care. If I'm not on the play, we're not going to win. Wow. 3 Kazandu Mammoths. An Edgewall, Primal Might, and 3 Kazandu Mammoths. I could play Kazandu down turn 1, turn 2 play Mountain and Edgewall and have mana for red cap. Turn 3 we would have Primal Might maybe if Edgewall lives. If not, we'd have no creatures. Yeah, I don't really like that. This is better. What are we tossing? What are we tossing here, folks? I think we tossed the Kazandu actually. The rest of this looks golden. Looks golden. We can go ahead and get down the 1/1. Probably get removed relatively quickly, but it is still a body that will take something. Nope, we're taking that because this 1/1 can block the Kargan. I think we just sorcery speed that Kargan. All in. Relic Robber. Oh, that's brutal. We're gonna need our Gemrazer or our Artifact Destruction for sure. There it is. There she blows. So if I use this one, destroy that, have 2 mana left over, I can sink. I can take out their Relic Robber with ours and also take out their artifact, leaves them with that though. Yeah, I could, I guess, mutate my Gemrazer onto the artifact. Alright, so we're destroying this. Alright. Oh, beautiful. They didn't play anything. Alright, well, let's get down Lovestruck, as that's our biggest body, and, well, right now we need our biggest body. If I could get some more land and maybe a Great Hinge, that'd be, you know, I'd be happy. I would be happy. We have to block here. Whatever shenanigans they have in store. Whatever. Thundering Rebuke. That's so worth it to me. That is so worth it to me. You have no idea. Gemrazer. I think we just go for a Bonecrusher. We need more land. Where art thou, land? Now, their Kargan can make our Bonecrusher into a coward, and then Kargan can get through. But on the next turn, we'll play Lovestruck, I believe. I don't think we need the Shield Breaker down quite yet. Swings in for 4. Potentially 5 if they use Castle Emberth. Nope. They are just oblivious to that castle over there. Okay. Hey, we hit some more land though. That is beautiful. This 1/1 is really valuable once again because it means the Kargan can't really swing in. I mean, it can turn the 1/1 into a coward, but then you have the Lovestruck Beast to block it. You know, you can destroy the 1/1 like so, but then their Kargan can, you know, name Lovestruck. We trade out Bonecrusher for their Kargan. They get down a Bonecrusher, and then we're left Lovestruck versus Bonecrusher, which isn't the end of the world. Now, we do need some life gain. Would like to find my Clothius or the Great Hinge. We do have the 5/5, which means if we get the Great Hinge, we could cast it. Yep, you're a coward. Do a little Traderino. Another land. You're a human. Of course you're a human. What if I do this and they have another Bonecrusher, though? Of course, if they have another Bonecrusher, that 2 damage is now coming to my face instead of on my creature. Fuck. Alright. Bonecrusher. They swing in. We just block with Lovestruck. No biggie, no biggie. Need that Great Hinge. Thundering Rebuke does suck, but again, we have a blocker, so no biggie. Another fucking land. Come on, game. Quit giving me mountains. Fuck. I can't even play this because if I do, we have no way to deal with an Embercleave. Of course, we're low enough that it doesn't really fucking matter, right? I can Primal Might, Lovestruck the Bonecrusher. We go down to 5. Alright, let's pray for a Great Hinge. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Great Hinge, Great Hinge, Great Hinge. They're still not going to swing in here, yeah. Oh, okay, alright. I'll take this. This is some card draw. This is some gas. Gas for sure. Bonecrusher. Bonecrusher doesn't allow us to deal with Torbran, but if I just play it outright, we do get more card draw and more bodies on the board. There's a land. Okay, how do we do this? Swing in with you, keep these back. If they hit an Embercleave, they throw it onto the Bonecrusher. It deals 7. We're only blocked for 7. Fervent's not bad because we have Lovestruck, which can just still straight up block it. Yes! Oh, baby. Fuck yes. All it took was me diving halfway through my deck, yeah? 42. No, we're not quite halfway. I'll quit being dramatic. Whew. Alright. Now we need some removal. Get rid of that goddamn Torbran. We still can't afford to swing in, I don't think. Oh, thank goodness. They kept up all their mana. I was getting a little worried. Oh, come on, game. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. I mean, could we swing it with the Bonecrusher, actually? If they're going to deal 7 with their Bonecrusher, it would still leave us the 4/4, and then 7 would be 3 past that. We could block there and there. I want to, I do. But if it's going to cost me the game because of that Castle Emberth, I don't know that I can. Fuck yeah. Let me keep gaining the life, baby. So how big do we make this stone cool? Like as big as fucking possible? 7? 8? 9? 10? Then their Embercleave just can't get through it, right? Big ol' 11/11. Now we swing in. Oh shit, Bonecrusher should not have swung in. Forget about the Fervent. Yeah, you know, some mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. It's alright. We got a big ol' 11/11. We're back up to 11 life. I'm feeling a lot better. It's mono red and they're top decking lands for days. I have a feeling they're about to scoop. So how much damage do we need to deal? 4 and 1. Right, so 5. So this. That's fun. Goodbye, Torbran. Goodbye, Fervent. Hello, Scavenging Ooze. That's GG. It was nice playing you, Mono Red.